Hey everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Backwards book, webcam, video. I read this book a while ago, like a few months ago, so bear with me as I attempt to review this without remembering a whole lot about it besides the fact that I liked it. This takes place in future America where pretty much the whole world has gone to crap and everyone does all their business and all their school and everything online in this world, I guess you could call it. It's called Oasis and it was created by this guy named James Halliday. At the start of this book, Halliday has died and he has set this whole quest up for, I guess, a giant reward which involves, gaining so much from him. It's like an inheritance, if you will. The main character's name is Wade Watts, and pretty much he is a normal guy, and he has devoted his entire life to figuring out Halliday's clues and completing this quest. His best friend's name is H, not spelled just H, it's spelled some other weird way. And they kind of banter back and forth about 80s trivia because that's Halliday's absolute favorite thing and that's what the entire quest is kind of based off of. And he uses this as an escape to escape his everyday life, but then he stumbles upon the first clue, not a spoiler, on the back of the book. And that kind of changes his entire life, and he ends up doing so much other stuff because of that. Ends up meeting famous people like Artemis, who are also vying for the same prize. They're also trying to go against these people called the Sixers, who are part of this corporation that's trying to take over Halliday's stuff. That was probably not a super great summary, but you get the basic idea. It's a lot of 80s trivia and a lot of video game knowledge, which is really, really cool. I'm definitely not super knowledgeable on video games, so I liked learning more about stuff because of this book. Now that the not super great summary is out of the way, let's get to talking about this wonderful book. I was definitely immediately intrigued, probably from the first chapter. I just kind of start geeking out about all this knowledge that I don't actually know anything about, but I like to pretend that I know. I think the reason this story is so intriguing is that human nature just loves the chase and loves to win competitions. We're usually very competitive as a human species, whatever. And, that's why everyone enters all those contests, because you're like, I could win this time. I could win, even though there's like a 1 in a trillion chance that you could win. You're like, I could totally win that. It's also kind of a statement, I think, on the world. It's just interesting to see almost an all online world, if you will. I mean, there's obviously the physical world where people are, but it's not that great. Overall, I enjoyed this book so much. I really pop culture, is my thing. I love shows like Psych and Community, which is all they do is pop culture. And obviously, 80s pop culture is not necessarily my forte, but I just love learning about that. I like to collect information and to just be able to spew out random facts, which is super weird probably, but I don't really care. I know a lot of people in the booktube community have said, read it, it's so good. I'm with that. Go for it. It's so good and mind-blowing, and you learn a lot about 80s pop culture, and now you can spew out random facts about Pac-Man and video games and the 80s and obscure bands. If only for that you can spew out random 80s facts. I apologize that this review is not probably altogether there, but I wanted to get something out there, and that is all I have for right now. I will see you guys later. Bye!